Hello Math1 class. Today we are going to do section 4.6 from MVP curriculum, and this is a ready part. First question, write the given situation as an equation or inequality and then solve it. So first question is, the local amusement park sells summer membership for $50 each. So for membership, this is the membership cost. Normal admission means without membership. It's a without membership. And that's the price for that is $25. You have to pay more, but if you're going to take a membership, you have to pay $15. So let's see what they taught. If Darren wants to spend no more than $100, so that's a max budget for Darren on trips to the amusement park this summer, how many visits can he make if he buys a membership with part of that money? So if I don't know how many visits, this is unknown, I can assume this thing to be x. Whatever is not known, that's x. So how many visits he can make, for that I have to create an inequality. So I know if he's taking membership here, they say, so I can, membership is 50. And then every time he has to then pay $15. So if I say 15x, that's the total cost, and it is supposed to be within the budget. That's less than equal to 100, and I have to solve it. So if, let me do it here somewhere, 50 plus 15x is less than equal to 100. I subtract 50 from both sides. I have 15x is 50, and I divide by 50, less than equal to 50, I divide by 15 on both sides, and I get x is less than equal to 3.5. So that's going to be here, further giving me x is less than equal to 3.5. It means we can't have 3.5 visit. For 4 visit it will be more. He doesn't have money. So if I have to give the answer, I would be saying 3 visits, because we have to think he has to be he has to do everything within the budget. So next question is, how many visits can he make if he pay normal admission instead? So it means if he's just paying the normal admission 25, and if he's making x number of trips, so 25x, and that has to be within the budget, means 100. There is nothing else like membership fee, and when we solve it, divide both sides by 25, so x is less than equal to 4. So it means he can have total 4 visits if he is just taking the normal visit. So looks like the normal admission is good within that budget. Let's move to the C. If he increases his budget to 160, how many visits can he make as a member? So it means I have to do question number A like exactly same way, only I have to increase the budget. So $100 going to be replaced by 160. So 50 plus 15x is less than equal to 160, and it is now we have to solve it. So once we solve it, so let me show you the work here. 50 plus 15x is less than equal to 160, and I have, when I subtract 50 from both sides, less than equal to 110, and when I divide by 15 from both sides, I guess it's less than equal to like it's 7.33, so repeating 3, 7.3. so here x is less than equal to 7.3. It means basically 0.3 visit doesn't make any sense, so we'll say 7 visits. Now let's move to the next one. D. For here, how many can he make as a non-member with the increased budget of 160? So same thing like we have just did B, so we have to do this like B. So only the budget. So if he's a non-member, 25x, now his budget is 160, and we divide both sides by 25, x is less than equal to 6.4 when you do it. And in this case, I know 0.4 visit means nothing. I would simply say 6 visits he will be making if he's increasing his budget. Let's move to the next question. Jade just took a math test with 20 questions. Each question is worth an equal number of points. Every question has the same value and the test is worth 100 points. So 20 questions and 100 points. So worth of each question is how much? Worth of each question, if I want to think about that. So I know total is 100 and there are 20 questions, so it means each question is 5 points worth. So let's see what they are asking here. Write an equation that can be used to calculate Jade's score based on the number of questions she got right on the test. So it is going to be, her score will be what? If suppose she is getting X number of questions right, like if this thing is X, so that's going to be, each question is 5 points, so that's going to be 5X, where X is the number of correct responses. 5X, like if she has 1, so that's 5, she gets 5 points. If she does 2 correct, she gets 5 times 2 means 10 points, and so on. Now let's move to B. If a score of 70 points earns a grade C minus, how many questions would Jade need to get right to get at least C minus on the test? So she needs to get C minus means her score is, the score should be at least BC minus means 70%. So at least in this case 5X should be, it means minimum value should be 70 in order to get C minus. She cannot go below that, so it has to be greater equal to 70. And if I have to solve it, how would I solve? I divide both sides by 5, and when I solve it I get X is greater equal to 14. So it means she needs to at least answer 14 questions correctly. That's her next thing. Now if I talk about C, if the score of 83% can points can earn her a grade B, how many questions she needs to do right so that she gets B? So again, the score was 5X. It means she needs to have at least 83 points. And how many questions for that? I can just divide both sides by 5, and this will give me X is greater equal to, when it is divided by 5, so this is going to be 1, and this is 6 to 30, and so 16. So this case 16.66. So we can say like 16.66 question has to be correct. So at least, so when we think about 16.66 means she needs to do at least 17 questions correct, because if she does 16 questions correct, it won't have 83%. It means at least 17 questions. Let's move to D. Suppose Jade got score of 60% and then was allowed to retake the test. On the retake, she got all the questions right that she got right the first time, and also got half of the questions right that she got wrong the first time. What percent of the question did Jade got right in total on retake? So actually if she got 60% means 5X is 60. So we can figure out first how many questions she answered correctly. I can divide both sides by 5. I get means 12 questions. That's the correct question. So if she answered 12 questions correctly, so incorrect one is going to be what? Because there are total 20 questions, we know. Incorrect, that's what? 20 minus 12. It means she did 8 questions incorrect. But they're saying next time when she's taking retake, half of the questions are the right. So half of this is going to be 4. So she has 4 questions right. So total correct questions are how many? Correct responses is basically, correct responses is basically 12 plus 8, 12 initial, and then 12 plus 4, now it's 16. So how much she is scoring now? Final score is what? I know each question is 5 points. 5 times 16, and that's 80. So she's getting 80% on the quiz now. So let's move to the next part. Here we have to solve an inequality, and justify each step means we have to give the reasoning behind that. So if this is given, I divide -5 both sides. So the moment I divide by -5, either you can write in the next step, you need to switch the inequality. So that's going to be -7. So division property of equality. As I so said, POE means property of equality and D stands for division. If I have to do 6, let's take 6. If I have to do, I subtract 5 from both sides, I get -4x is less than equal to 17. And what is that when I subtract? So subtraction property of, inequality. Here I wrote E, it's I. Division property of inequality, subtraction property of inequality. Here I stands for inequality. Now I have to divide both sides by -4. I divide by -4, and then x, I need to flip it. X is greater equal to whatever the symbol is, you have to flip it. And here it was, this is 12, not 17, and that's going to be -3. So when I divide, so division property of inequality. Let's move to the next question. If I have to do this one, in order to this one, I need to multiply by -3 on both sides. If I multiply by -3 on both sides, so one thing I think better to last questions I had just divided and multiplied the same step, but you just change it. I need to just do it here. Better to change in the steps here. And this is actually multiplication property of inequality, and you see that when you simplify it further, x is less than, and -3 and -10, that's going to be -30, or we can simply cross cancel 3 and 9. You can do that, up to you. 1 and 3, so that's 10/3. Your choice how you want to simplify it. If I have to do this one, I have to distribute next one. So I would distribute, so I say 2x minus 6 is less than equal to 3x minus 2. So it's a distributive property. So after this, what we need to do, we need to subtract 2. We can subtract 2x from both sides, or we can simply first so I would pick 2 isolate variables on the right hand side. So I add 2 first. So that's 2x minus 4 less than equal to 3x, and I added, so I would say addition property of inequality. Now I subtract 2x from both sides. I subtract 2x, I get here x less than equal to here -4. So x is greater equal to -4. So that's subtraction property of inequality. And finally we write it like this, like x is greater equal to -4. That's the answer. Let's move to the next step. Question number 9, solve each inequality and graph it. If I have to solve it, I add 8 to the both sides, and I have x is greater than -12. Means I have to pick 12, -12, and where is -12? -12 is here. So, and it's greater means it has supposed to be open circle, and x is greater means my number line should be moving to the right. If I do this one, 10th, I subtract 11 from both sides. X is greater than 2. So I need to find number 2. Number 2 is here. And here I have to make an open circle because it's greater than 2, and my x is greater than 2 means it again goes to the right. Now these are the multi-step inequality next few questions. So I'll be doing question number 12. 4 minus 6x is less than equal to, I distribute it, that's going to be 4x plus 6. Then what I do, I'm going to just After this you can isolate the variable, your choice. I will pick the side, which side I will think right side. I'll start isolating -6 on both sides, and I can subtract, add 6x on the both sides. Alright, here's 6x on the both sides. What do I have? On the left hand side I have -2 and less than equal to 6 plus 4 here, 10x, and +6 minus 6 is gone, and then after this I divide by 10 on both sides, so I have -1/5 is less than equal to x, or I can say x is greater or equal to -1/5. If I have to do the this 2/3, so I will do it in that spot, so that I'm not doing this one. 2/3 x minus, when you simplify, what do you get? -2x plus half. I just distributed it greater or equal to x plus 2x minus 6. Now I combine the like term, 2/3 minus 2. So what is 2/3 minus 2? So you can do that. It's going to be 3, that's 2, 1 3 is the 3, 2 is the 6, that's -4/3. Up to you how you want to do your problem, so you have to do that way, like how you want to add and subtract. -4x/3 plus half greater or equal to x plus 2x is 3x minus 6. What I would do, I would add 4/3x from both sides, 4/3x, and I add 6 to the both sides. So what I'm going to get, so I get half and 6. When you add half and 6, what it is, that's going to be 2, that's 1, 1 2 is a 2, and 12, 13/2. So left hand side we have 13/2 greater or equal to, and 3x plus 4/3x, that is what, 3x, or 3 plus 4/3 if I have to add it. So 3, and that's 9, and that's 4, 13/3. So we have 13/3, and that is x, and I have to solve it. What I would do, I would multiply both sides by 6. I'll multiply both sides by 6 here. I'm getting 3 times 13 greater or equal to, and that's 2, and 13 times 2, 26x, and then I divide both sides by 26, I get 26 I divided, so I'm getting, so 3/2 is greater or equal to x. That's my answer. I know a lot of calculation here, but stay strong. So let's move to the next question. So here we have to solve the literal equation. You have to solve it for some variable. So if I have to solve it, suppose if I'm taking question number 15, and if I have to solve, I'm just doing one random problem, that's 9/5 c plus 32, and I have to solve it for c. So I need to isolate the variable, so I subtract 32 on both sides, so I get f minus 32 is 9/5 c, and then I multiply both sides by 5. So I multiply both sides by 5 and divide by 9. Multiplied by 5, divide by 9. I'm getting 5/9 f minus 32 equal to c. That's the answer. Literal equation. Now if I move to the next question here, if I have to solve isolate variable b for 18, y equal to mx plus b. If I have to isolate for b, so I subtract mx from both sides, and I'm getting y minus mx equal to b. That's the equation. So you have to do this way, and you will get the answers one by one. Let's do question number, we're moving to question number 21. If I have to do that one, so if I have to solve it, graph both lines. So if you have to graph it, what you can do, this one you can write it y equal to x plus 1. You add x to the both sides, so second equation can be written as, so first y-intercept is 5, so 1 2 3 4 5, it's here, and the slope is 2, so it means 2 over 1, 2 rise 1 run. It will go like this, 2 rise 1 run, keep on going backward, it goes like that, 1 left 2 down, 1 left 2 down, it keeps going like that. I just graph it, I use my slope to graph it, and these are my points, and I'm going to connect the dots. That's my line, or let me just use the ruler. I'm just doing my line here, my line is done. I have to do the other line, that's going to be x plus 1, so my y-intercept is 1, so I just graph it here, and my slope is 1 here, that's 1, m is 1 because I'm using y equal to mx plus b. Mx plus b, for your information, this is slope and this is your y-intercept. I'm using that. So here 1 over 1 means I go like this, I'm going like this. Here I'm getting more points, like I'm skipping few points so that I can easily, like this. Let me draw a line here. I'm drawing a line. Now what it is, here we have to graph both the lines, and then we have to identify point of intersection, and we have to test if the values are the point of intersection for the two equation. When I try to read this point, that's actually 1 2 3 4, so that's -4 comma -3 down 3, and if I just plug in y equal to 2x plus 5, you just plug in y is -3 is 2 times -4 plus 5, is that equal to, when I see -3 is -8 plus 5, -3 is -3, and if it means that's correct. If I plug in the second equation, that's going to be negative x plus y equal to 1. I just plug it in. X is negative of -4, y is -3 equal to 1, and that's going to be 4 minus 3 is 1. Is that 1? Yes, 1 is 1. So it means both are working. So 21, the solution is -4, -3 for the both equations. So we are done for this lesson. Thank you so much. Any question, please post in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video. Thank you so much. Stay safe.